Just for the sake of introducing you and then the project to the audience out there, can you tell me just a little bit, a little mini bio about yourself? Tell me a little bit about yourself there.
Well, I'm publisher of Graphic Classic. I have really varied background. Actually started out in college in engineering school. That didn't last very long. But I had a couple other majors, ended up in arts, and I went to art school. Went into advertising, worked for a couple of advertising agents, then worked for Macintosh pre-press company. I was their chief trainer, helped set up printers and ad agencies, work with them in the transition over to desktop pre-press. And since that, I've been on my own. I do freelance design and obviously publishing Graphic Classic.
Do you see yourself as an illustrator, a graphic designer, a writer, illustrator, triple threat? What do you consider yourself?
I went to school as an illustrator, but I discovered pretty quickly that I really don't have the chops for it. I am, however, I think a pretty good graphic designer, and that's what I did. I was an art director, for many years with Eddie. So I do all the design and production on the books, and out of necessity, I've pretty much taught myself to do some editing and writing, and so I do a lot of. I always felt like I was kind of, jack of all trades and master of none. But really, for what I'm doing, it's ideal because there's so many different functions that I have to fill in order to do these books.
What inspired Graphic Classic?
Well, for many years, about 10 years, I was the art director for a literary magazine called Rosebud. And it was a mixture of fiction, poetry, and also I tried to make the art an equal part of the mix on that magazine. As it went along, I started bringing in comic stories into the mix. It was rather unusual for a literary magazine, and kind of met with mixed reactions.
Mm-hmm.
But I found that really was starting to become more interesting to me than the rest of the magazine. And so eventually I left Rosebud. It's still being produced by other people. And went on to do Graphic Classics and focused on that myself.
Ah. And how many issues have you done so far of just Graphic Classics?
Hard to think. I always have so many that are in various stages of production. 21 that have been published.
21.
American Classics will be number 22. I've done actually a lot more books than that because many of the books have been revised in second and even third edition.
Wow.